Welcome back to low back exercises. Now, you might want to grab your pillow because we want to protect the low back while doing some core exercises. Now, you can also use a small inflatable ball as well. However, I chose to do this program with a pillow because if you don't have an opportunity to have a ball, then a pillow works just great. Now, if you do have low back issues, which maybe, in your assessment you said yes, do keep in mind with the low back really is subject to, a lot of criticism, if you will, and say, oh, I have a bad low back. But the question is why? And in all honesty, a lot of the exercises that we did up to this point to lengthen the calves and lengthen your hip flexors will dramatically affect the way that you feel in your low back. So you've really already done some of the great exercises that will dramatically help you. But let's go to the floor because it gives you some opportunity to do some other things as well. Now, we've all known about cat and cow, right? So if you've got knee issues like I do, just grab your pillow and go ahead and place your knees, if you will, on your pillow so that it's comfortable. Now, the thing about when we get in hands and knees position, you might discover that you have wrist issues. If you do, and this is a concern, you can do this on the elbows, or I invite you to do this on the wall. Now, take your right arm out, palm faces down, and if you feel underneath, basically, your right armpit, you don't feel any activation of muscle tissue at all. But if you simply take your thumb and kind of put your thumb in your back pocket, you'll kind of feel an activation of muscle, which is known as the serratus anterior and the latissimus dorsi. A lot of people hate planking because it really bugs their wrists. But again, it's all connected through fascia. So when you're on your hands and knees, think of actually kind of floating off your wrists rather than collapsing into your shoulders. If you do this, you're going to feel not very comfortable on your wrists. If you lift up off your wrists, you're also going to feel your core activate. Part of back care is core training when done correctly. So if you were to round your low back as though your tailbone is pointing down and then go into an extended position, we call this cat and cow. So simply round the back, drop the head, and now extend the spine. So this movement should not create pain. If you're experiencing any pain, of course, in the wrists, once again, you can take this down to the elbows. You won't get as much movement out of your spine because we've kind of restricted it by bending the elbows. So once again, you can come back up here, round and extend. Good, 2 more times. Dropping the tailbone down, dropping the head, and then coming up. You should feel some relief in the low back from doing that exercise. And once again, you can always do that exercise up against the wall. Now you're going to take your pillow, and if you have a soft pillow like I do, my favorite pillow, it goes everywhere with me, is simply roll it up so that you have what I would consider more of a bolster. You're going to take your pillow and place it behind you, wedge the pillow behind you. You're going to bend your knees. Now, like I said, part of core training and healthy back training is activating the core muscles. But most people have back pain in a lot of respects because of the way they do core training completely incorrectly by laying on the floor and doing crunches, overusing their hip flexors, which is an absolute waste of time. Very antiquated way to train. Arms go out in front of you, and I want you to just feel your low back sink into your pillow. Simply reach your arms up until you feel almost like a little bit of a shaking sensation. Bring the arms back down and roll back up. Let's do that again. Just gently roll back into your pillow. Reach the arms up until you start feeling your core engage, and then slowly come back up. Once again, you want to make sure that pillow is really well supported behind you so that your back is always protected. Let's do that again. Reach your arms in front of you. Now simply take your arms up and now bring them to the side. You'll feel your core really working here. So basically, gravity is taking you down, you're coming back up, and return. Try that exercise again. Roll back, and now feel your hip flexors. For all intents and purposes, they should be fairly relaxed. If you take your pillow away, lean back. You're going to feel these muscles actually lift up and overactivate. They become very bossy. So once again, people that say, I have back problems, think that by laying on the court and doing all these exercises are really overutilizing your hip flexors. And if you sit all day, you really don't need to do more flexion, but you need to do more extension. And that, of course, is going to come in the next segment of upper back thoracic spine. But in the meantime, go ahead and roll back over your pillow. Give me a rotation to your left. So you're going to simply drop your elbow down, feel your obliques activate, come back to center. Do that to the right side. Look over your right shoulder, come back to center. We simply call this one bow and arrow. But you will get stronger in your core from doing this simple exercise. If it's too intense, simply grab your knee. Once again, this is pain-free exercise. It's not supposed to kill you, unlike some other programs that give you this message that you have to have, no pain or no gain, or go hard or go home. This is not the case. This is just to get you moving pain-free. Last one, and go ahead and come up. So you can start to intensify that by reaching your arms higher, reaching your arms wider to start activating your core. Now simply take your pillow now, and you're going to place it in between your knees, all right? I don't necessarily need you to give it a hard squeeze. That's not necessary. Go ahead and lie down on your back. The pillow is simply to stabilize the pelvis. So all you're going to do is simply lift up the glutes slightly and then simply lower down. As you lift up, feel your glutes engage and then slowly come back down. So you're going to feel the glutes engage. You don't have to squeeze, you don't need to tuck, you don't need to tighten. Simply lift and lower. And we're going to do about 5 more of those. So simply lift up, lower down. Again, simply lift up. Your abs are gently engaged. Lower down. 2 more times. Lift up. You're relaxed in your shoulders. Lower down. This is our very last one. Simply lift up and lower down. Go ahead and take your pillow and once again have it well folded up. And you're going to place your pillow underneath your tailbone or your sacrum. So you're here. So you're slightly posterior in your pelvis. Now from here you're simply going to think of the abdominals are engaged. You don't have to overdo it. Lift your left knee to a table. Lift your right knee to a table. And simply just tap the one foot down. Bring it back to center. Tap your right foot down so that you're getting a slight amount of core training here. Once again though, tight hip flexors, this is one to avoid. But a lot of people love this exercise because they do feel a slight engagement in their core. Let's do just about 4 more of these. Come center, 3, come center, 2. This is our very last one on your right side and in. Good. If you can, pain-free, simply lift your legs to the ceiling. You will feel your hamstrings lengthen here. Simply flex the knees and point. So again, just flexing your feet and point. 2 more times, flexing your feet and point, bending the knees in towards the chest and down. Now one of my personal favorites is to take your pillow so that it's lengthwise and it's only underneath the right glute, You're simply going to let your left drop down towards your mat. You're going to lift the knee, let it drop. Let gravity take it down. This is an amazing, amazing hip flexor lengthening exercise. Once again, the hip flexors play a huge role in low back pain. So just lift and let it drop. One more time, lift and let it drop. Now, extend the foot all the way out. Now, simply take the right arm, same side, reach over your head, lengthen through the right side of your body, flex the foot, and point it. So you're going to flex and point and flex and point. Now, reach a little further with your arm so that you're lengthening the tissue on the right side of the body. Good. Now from here, simply bend your knee, take your pillow out from underneath your bum, extend both legs. Now you're going to feel your right hip, which mine did, completely drop down into the mat. you should feel a sensation of relief on this side of your body. Now take your pillow, once again, rolling it up, placing it underneath the left side. So the right side is dropped down, the right side is dropped. So this left hip is a little bit higher. You're simply going to lift and let it drop. Lift, let gravity drop it down. So lift, let it drop. 2 more times, lift, let it drop. 1 more time, lift, and let it drop. Extend the heel out, all the way out on the mat, taking your left arm up over your head, and feel the lengthening sensation, if you will, basically in your left hip. So flex and point, flex and point. 1 more time, flex and point. So really, really reach for me as far as you can. Good. Just feel that lengthening sensation. Bending both knees. Good. And take the pillow away. Now, compare. You're going to feel that you just basically melt into your mat, which is a great thing. So come to the side. As you roll up, take your time to get there. Now, you can see how simple that was by simply using a towel to protect your low back. And once again, core training is essential to relieve back pain when it's done correctly. But once again, most people perceive they're doing core training, but in actuality, they're shortening their hip flexors against gravity, and that can create a lot of low back pain. So the next section that we're going to do is our thoracic spine, and you're going to find that the two really tie in together and make a really nice program. So you won't need your pillow for the next one, and we're going to go to the wall.